Hello, what is happening folks? Blizzard Raptor here with the next episode of Assassin's Creed 2. We're on the road to Monteriggioni, to the Villa Auditore, but it doesn't look like it's gonna go smooth.
Buongiorno, Ezio. How could you leave Firenze without saying a proper goodbye?
Ezio!
What do you want, Vieri?
So many things. A larger palazzo, 2 new steeds, a prettier bride. Oh, and yes, your life. My condolences for the loss of your father and brothers. What will happen now that there's no one left to help you? I have such wonderful things in store for your mother and sister. I grow tired of this game. Finish him, and do not spare the women. What sorcery is this?
Not sorcery, boy. Skill.
Show yourself!
As you wish. Here, use this.
Kill them! Kill them all!
Now we've got a sword. That'll do. Not much. That's better. That's another thing I liked about this. If you've got a group of guys and you manage to sneak up behind them, you can get an insta-kill.
You have my thanks.
Keep the sword, Ezio.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Don't you recognize me? It's me, Mario!
Uncle
And
Mario.
that is a small nod, a nice wee Easter egg there.
Far too long. I heard what happened in Firenze. Terrible. Come, let's get you all away from here.
I love that little Easter egg. It's me, Mario. Ah. So Monteriggioni is Uncle Mario's seat of power, basically. This is where he does everything that he does. Whatever that is. I'll give you a quick look at his bio. Again, pause it if you want a good read of
Tell
that.
me everything.
They executed father for treason. Federico and Petruccio too. And they came for me.
Do you know why?
I have no answers, Uncle. Only a list of names taken from a man who wished me dead. I still can't believe they are gone.
Don't worry. We will make sense of this.
I wish I shared your optimism.
Come on, keep pace. We're almost there. I think you will find much to like in Monteriggioni.
I thought Monteriggioni was an enemy of Firenze.
For now. Next year will be its friend, the year after its enemy again, and on and on. I cannot keep track, so I have stopped trying. These are honest, hard-working people. Our shops may only carry simple goods, but they're well-made and dependable. There is a chapel here, too. The prete seems a nice enough fellow, but I've never been much of a believer.
Did you know the Villa Auditore is almost 200 years old? It was built by my great-grandfather, a strange man who carried all kinds of secrets. Keep your eyes open, and you might discover a few of them yourself.
With all the fighting that's been going on, this place has started to get a bit rough around the edges. I wish I could do something about it.
So I'll give you a quick look at this as well, because it's a key building in this game. Again, pause to read.
But I just don't have the time or money to fix things up. Guess that's life, huh? Here we are. Casa Dolce Casa. So, what do you think?
It's most impressive, Uncle.
She's seen better days, I suppose. Believe me, I'd have her shining again if only I had the time. Now that you have had the tour, Nipote, you should go and outfit yourself. My men in the market are expecting you. Return here when you're finished, and we'll begin.
Begin? Begin what?
I thought you'd come here to train.
No, Uncle. I came here to escape Firenze. And I intend to take my family further still.
But what about your father? He'd want you to finish his work.
What work? My father was a banker.
Wait, he did not tell you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ma che me combini, Giovanni? Where to even begin? Go and fetch the gear in the market. It will give me time to think. But that's that. We'll talk more later. Some spending money should you need it. And if you find yourself in need of rest, I've prepared a room for you on the top floor of the villa.
So, let's introduce you guys to the second major upgrade that was made on the original Assassin's Creed. So, in the original Assassin's Creed, the only gear that you get is the gear that Altair's given by his mentor. At the beginning, he has a really smart short blade. He's got throwing knife, bandoliers. He's got one across his chest and one on his right shoulder so that he can reach for the knife and throw it. But he's also got a saber, a sort of curved, almost like a cavalry saber, but the period's too early for that. And I'm trying to think what the other bit of gear is that he has. Obviously, he's got his hidden blade as well. After the beginning of the game, when Altair's disciplined by the head of the Assassin Order, you lose everything, every single bit of gear. And gradually, as you do missions, you're granted a piece of your equipment back. So you get a simple straight longsword and your hidden blade. Then after the next one, you get your short blade, but it's a simple short blade. And so on and so forth until eventually you have all of your good gear back. In this game, you saw that we've got Uncle gave us a simple straight sword. We've got our hidden blade, and we've got our fists, which are more flexible this time. When we do this, we can now buy pieces of armor in varying strengths. So we're starting with a pair of greaves. There will be more available soon, but a pair of leather greaves and a dagger. Right? So you'll see the style of his boots has changed to reflect the fact that he's got armor. The gear is, sure, it's greaves, pauldrons, chest, and possibly vambraces. Bracers on the forearm. And you start off like most games, it's leather, then it's inlaid leather, then it's metal armor. I think the ultimate upgrade in this game is what's called the Armor of Altair. We'll go into that when we see it. But what it does is, if you look at my health bar now, the health bar has increased by a segment. The better the armor, or the more armor you're wearing, the more pieces, the more segments are added to your health bar. If your armor gets broken, you'll see the health bars get checked out until you get it repaired, and then they turn back on. So it lowers your armor breaking, lowers your maximum health. So what we'll do here is we will fill and buy. That gives me
You should feel better now.
a full
Take
health
care.
pouch. Alright. Next.
Do you require a medical assistant?
Not gonna give me anything. We've synced that short part of memory. Okay. So we have a medicine pouch now. I don't think you physically get to see the medicine pouch on him. Give me a second. No, but you can see that his dagger's been added to his belt next to his sword. So you can actually see.
Just last month, Visconti
What's the word I'm looking for? You can actually see the changes on his character model, which is brilliant. You could see the changes on Altair's as well, between the simple blade and the more advanced elaborate blades that he got granted. The simple short blade had a simple wooden grip with a simple curved blade, and the fancy one he had was an inlaid grip with an ornate sort of Damascus steel pattern blade. So it's cool that they've paid, you know, there's a lot of attention to detail goes into this. This is the main hall for the villa. We'll do a quick tour later as part of the game anyway.
Don't worry. We're only staying here for a little while.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
I know.
But we can't, because you'll die. Right. Quick tour. This is your weapons room and your armor room. Basically all your equipment goes in these two rooms. So here we have some weapons. They are special weapons that are part of the DLCs that you could get for this game. There was collector's editions that came with different swords. I'm not going to use any of them. Your basic weapons start here and fill along. See, all of this will fill up with swords, daggers, etc. And I'll show you the changes as we go through the game. This is armor, so you can open up armor interfaces. As you can see, our basic armor goes here, then it goes up one set, then up again, then up again, then up again. This is the outdoor rear courtyard and gardens. Looks pretty nice. This is wanting me to do something, but I'm not going to do anything with that just now. Two statuettes. I think you can buy artwork and bits and pieces for the mansion. That'll become apparent why you're doing that in a second. I'll get shown that. Through there is an office. Again, that's got its own story to tell. We'll get that in a minute. Upstairs, an art gallery, so you can buy paintings at various art dealers. I'll tell you why that's important when it comes. We've got an upper balcony. Swinging round, you see more space for more artwork. This room is your mother's room. Now, there's Petruccio, the little brother. That's... Can you hear that? I can hear that. That's his chest that he wanted you to collect the feathers in, so they've been able to save that. And now, up here should be... Is it up again? Yeah. This is Ezio's room. So there's our first victim. Our first target. That's our desk for anything we need to do important. Not seeing a bed. We're obviously not meant to sleep. Or if we are, we're meant to just sleep in this chair. Got a couple of chests here, I'm gonna loot them for the dough. Right. Again, this room will fill up with portraits of the people that you've killed, the targets that you've taken out. Being an Assassin's Creed game, you're going to kill a lot of people. So your mum is still semi-catatonic. There's nothing we can do about that just now. In fact, you're not going to see her get cured in this video, because you have to finish Petruccio's... You have to gather, I think it's something like 100 eagle feathers that are hidden throughout the game, and she snaps out of her catatonic state long enough to give you a feather cape. So no spoilers there. If you guys, you can look the videos up online. So let's talk to our uncle.
Salute, uncle. I did as you asked.
And quickly too, ben fatto. Now, let's teach you how to fight.
No. As I said, we are leaving.
Ezio, you barely held your own against Vieri. You won't survive a week on the road. If you want to leave, so be it. But at least do so armed with the skills and knowledge necessary to defend yourself. If not for me, for your mother and sister.
Fine.
Ottimo.
So we'll get some extra combat training.
You can swing a sword, to be sure, but offense alone will not carry a battle. You must survive long enough to strike. I will teach you how to dodge.
You said my father was more than just a banker.
No use dancing around it, I suppose. Your father was an assassin.
I told you before. My father was a paper pusher.
Ben, I've taught you how to avoid your enemy's attacks. Now you'll learn how to turn them to your advantage.
All this talk of assassins and Templars, it reeks of fantasy.
Like something from an old parchment covered in arcane writing, perhaps?
How did you know?
You have your father's blade. I figured you'd have the codex page he was holding as well.
Are you afraid? Let's finish this.
Finally getting your due.
Like a cop.
You're making fine progress, Ezio. Today I'm going to teach you how to position yourself in battle. Where you stand and how you move can make all the difference. Don't think I haven't seen you picking apart my library. I trust you believe me now?
Yes. My father was an assassin. But why the need for such secrecy?
Are you familiar with the Templars? One of several knightly orders formed during the Crusades. History teaches they were disbanded nearly 200 years ago in France. Only they weren't. Merely pushed underground, where they continued their nefarious work.
Oh, stamina.
Nice.
Well done, Nipote. You've really come into your own.
Thank you, Uncle, for all you have given me.
Your family. Such is my duty and my desire.
I'm glad you had me stay.
Good. You've reconsidered leaving.
We sail for Spain in 3 days.
But Nipote, I have given you these skills that you might be better prepared to strike against our enemies.
And if they find me, I will.
You want to leave, Ezio? To throw away everything your father fought and died for? To deny your heritage? Fine! Come vuoi. Arrivederci e buona fortuna.
Uncle, wait! Why is he so upset?
How can he not be? Vieri's been harassing us ever since you first arrived. To be expected, I suppose, given his heritage.
So Ezio still intends to leave. He's learned a lot, so that it's poorly explained there, but there's a passage of time. It's not just one lesson to the next. There's a passage of days, weeks, while Ezio's trained. We've learned the skills one after another, but in that time, Ezio's been researching, using the library, reading up on the family history, reading up on all the things that have happened on the Auditores. He knows they're assassins. He knows that they're descended from assassins. But he doesn't know much about the Templars yet. All this is going to become obvious, what all this is
Uncle!
for.
Where is everyone?
They ride for San Gimignano to slay...
Vieri di Pazzi, the youngest member of the second most notorious Florentine banking family. This kid knew how to burn right through his father's money. Outside of spending sprees involving weaponry, exotic animals and clothes, he was fiercely competitive. Vieri hosted races of all kinds, boating, horseback riding, running. All of them rigged, of course. And get this, if through some amazing stroke of luck he ever lost, he'd invite the winner's entire family over for a victory dinner and serve them a meal to die for.
So Vieri di Pazzi is a sore loser.
Snake, Vieri.
I wish to join them.
You'll find what you need at the stables.
I know I'm being mysterious about these other rooms. You're gonna find out what they're for. They have a specific use, and I'd rather not go into it until the explanation.
Ezio, look at her. I still can't get her to talk. She spends all day and night in front of those feathers Petruchio used to collect. She can't let them go. I don't know what to do.
Don't worry. She'll come back to us. I know it.
So you can collect feathers, you see, and then you place them in here. I don't have any just now, but not out of 100. There you go. So there's 100 feathers hidden around the stages. We'll probably get a few of them by accident. So there's a viewpoint up here. It's worth getting. I'll be going for as many viewpoints as I can now. It helps to be able to see the streets. This will give you a good aerial view of Monteriggioni. It's well fortified. I don't think we can buy any more weapons or armor just yet. It usually tells you at the start of memories, new armor, new weapons unlocked at blacksmiths. So we won't bother checking just now.
Bring me your sick and wounded.
No. Now, horseback riding was crap in Assassin's Creed, and it's crap in Assassin's Creed 2 as well. This is it. This is as good as it gets. It feels... It doesn't feel well done at all. It certainly doesn't feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 anyway. Yeah, even later entries in the Assassin's Creed saga, if you go to Origins, Odyssey and Valhalla, they are much better in terms of the horse travel and even horse combat. But beggars can't be choosers. This was early days, so we have to look at it within the context of the time it was made. This was a progression It's not quite as bad as Assassin's Creed. It's a means to an end in these games, as a way of travelling across the countryside. Before they made these games into the open world adventures, they obviously wanted to do them in separate areas. You know, we've just travelled through Tuscany, we've seen Firenze, Fiorentina, we've seen Monteriggioni. The Milan will pop up during this game, so will Rome, Venice. We're gonna take our time here. Oh, wait a minute. I need to go round. Sorry, I thought it was in. It's not. It's over there. So dotted round about these places are little outlying villages, I suppose you would call them. Like this, here on our left. Comes with its own viewpoint.
Ezio, what are you doing here?
Taking responsibility. Vieri troubles you because of me.
Vieri troubles us because he's a Templar, and we are assassins.
Either way, I wish to help.
Va bene. Then listen close. First, we must find a way inside the city, though it seems Vieri expects us. He has sealed the gates and sent his men to guard them. Fortunately for us, the city is larger than his host. The southern gate suffers for it, so this is where we'll strike. Pronti?
Again, the game has just changed itself tonight. There's no dynamic day-night cycle in this, I don't think. If a mission's meant to take place at night, the game just changes it tonight. Might be wrong, you might see some sunsets and sunrises, but I don't think so.
Alright, Ezio. Here's how it is going to work. My men and I will distract the guards. Once we have engaged them, get yourself over the wall and find a way to open the gate. Take these throwing knives. Use them to dispatch the archers.
I'm ready when you are.
Then let us begin.
So there we've just had another piece of equipment added. So let's select the throwing knives, and they're thrown off square. So we just wait. Once you hear the sounds of combat, there we go. Right. So up again. Lock on. Throw. Got him. That takes care of the two archers. And then we open the gate. We're still being spoon-fed. Don't worry, it does get more complex than this. Now... Whoops. Here we go. Insta kill. Same thing for this guy. There you go. That takes care of that. Sword away. I might get some throwing knives out of this, I did, yeah.
Well done, Ezio. We're in.
That's what it's worth doing. Ah, right, okay. If I don't get close... There are some missions where you can't loot everybody you've...
I want you to distract those guards and keep them from raising the alarm. Hopefully it will buy me enough time to find and silence Vieri.
Va bene.
Wait, Nipote. Take a few of my men with you, just to be safe. Come join me once they're dealt with.
What's Vieri up to now?
No one knows.
So...
But something has him on edge.
Hang on.
How else to explain
Stay
all of the
close. I'll signal again when you should follow.
Instead, he's turned us into nursemaids. And watch!
All right, go.
Shooting his mouth off again, no doubt. Angering
So
all
these
sorts of
guys
people.
will fight with us.
So now, we pay the price.
We're not doing great damage at the minute. We still only have basic equipment. But it's enough to finish these guys off. Honestly, counter kills are the best way to go unless the enemy's being really passive. There we go. It's another man down. Another man down. And another man down.
It's all about execution.
That's it. Now, we're gonna get... What viewpoint is that? Is that the one that they... No, that's that one. Right, wait a minute.
Stay put.
I need to get up here and get the viewpoint. Again, I'm not going to check the database entries for all the landmarks. Characters, yeah, so you can get a flavour, but again, I'm going to zip through them a bit. So be careful. Pause it so that you can read it. Up we go, and we'll get a look at... Now we'll only get part of the map revealed here because there is more than one viewpoint. Now I need to catch my... I need to get my men again. We'll rip that off while we're here. Can't get over here again, can I? Yeah, I can. Thought so. There we go. So up we go. We'll just run past all these guys. We're not notorious. They're not going to bother.
Ezio! Your uncle's under attack and needs help. Go to him.
Okay. Unc's getting a bit of a beating. I mistimed that. The game was really generous there. Alright.
Ah, Niccolo, there you are. It seems my plan is something of a snag. Yeri's men ambushed us, and now we've got our hands full. My brothers and I will deal with these guys. I want you to go on ahead and root out that snake. See that justice is served.
Okie doke. Don't have to tell me more than once. Got another viewpoint here. Like I say, I'm going to hit as many of these as I can. Feel free to skip ahead a couple of seconds if you wish. I should be able to get round that corner. I don't understand why he's not going round it. Okay. Can't reach that now, you see. Can reach this though. This one does go round the corner. That should be me. I should get to the top now. Perfecto. Get another good view of the Tuscan countryside.
no monkey.
I never asked you to be. Oh, is the codex page in there? Right, okay.
Professional soldiers, eh? I've known milkmaids would have had you soiling yourself.
These are handy. Again, all will be explained. Now we'll help our men out. There we go. So we'll ask our guys to stop so they're not following us anymore.
It's settled. Vieri, you will remain here to coordinate the mercenary. Francesco will organize our forces in the city and send word when it's time to strike. Jacopo, your job is to calm the citizens once the deed is done.
What of that ubriacone Mario? He continues to harass my forces, and I fear he'll discover what we intend.
He's always been trouble. Just like that bastardo brother of his.
Then let me reunite them, father.
There will be plenty of time to clean up the rifiuti when we're finished. Now, is there anything else? Muy bien. May the Father of Understanding guide you.
May the Father of Understanding guide you.
Isn't muy bien Spanish?
Comandante!
What?
Mario Auditore has invaded the city. He comes for you.
Then let's not keep him waiting.
A little bit of plot development there. See where he is? No, I don't need to outrun you guys. Try that again. Go on. Oh, you did? Huh. One. Two. Don't know why that guy jumped off the edge. I'm gonna let him come up though. I don't want him coming up behind me.
There he is!
It's not like I'm on any kind of time limit. There is. Pennies.
There! No, Ezio! I'll make sure your death comes quickly.
I want this guy.
Strike! Ora!
There we go.
Generally, they're made for the...
Yeah. Down goes Vieri de Pazzi.
What are you and your allies planning? Is this what my father discovered? Is this why he was killed?
I'm sorry. Were you hoping for a confession?
Pezzo di merda! Vorrei solo che avessi sofferto di più! Hai avuto la fine che meritavi! Spero che
Enough, Ezio! Show some respect.
Respect? After all that's happened, do you think he would have shown either of us such kindness?
You are not Fieri. Do not become him. Che la morte ti dia le pace che cercavi. Requiesca in pace.
Rest in peace.
Take this. Read it when you have the time. Our work here is finished. Let us return to the villa.
I think we automatically go back. Yeah, we do. The simulation's gonna break down just now. Got the knife belt. Got a codex page. And the letter to Francesco de Pazzi. Francesco de Pazzi will not be pleased that we've killed his son. So you can see the knives have been added to his belt just beside, well, they're hidden now for obvious reasons, but they are just there next to his assassin symbol.
Healing services for all the gods' flock. I may be expensive, but my
So
goods are
Ezio's taken his first steps on his journey to confront the Templars. His is a lot different from Altair's. Altair was directly opposed to the Templars anyway, because at the time the first Assassin's Creed game set, the assassins are trying to defend their Holy Land from the crusades, from the crusaders, and the Templars have discovered, as part of one of the crusaders' Knight orders, the Templars have discovered precursor artifacts, and the assassins cannot let those go unchallenged. They can't not oppose the Templars and try to stop them using that power. So there was already a direct opposition there. Altair was already an enemy of the Templars and recognised as such, his whole order. Here, Ezio was not directly opposed to the Templars. His father was an assassin but never got the chance to tell him that they were an assassin. I think he was planning on handing the legacy to Ezio rather than to any of the other brothers. I don't think the older brother was in line to get it, because I don't think any of them had the gift, the eagle vision, which marks out the sort of direct descendants of Altair. So Ezio was being groomed to take over. That's why he was running all the errands for the dad. He was going to trust him with that information, but he never got the chance to tell him. So now Ezio's having to learn about the conspiracy for himself, a piece at a time.
And here he is, our campione Ezio.
Oh, hey, Ezio! I see you wasted no time starting the celebration.
And why not? You've done us a great service, Nipote. With Vieri dead, La Toscana will grow quiet once more. Do you know what that means?
Basta lavorare.
Si passa tutto il giorno a bere.
E a puttane. What? It's true.
Come, Ezio, walk with me.
Yes, uncle.
Now we're going to learn about the...
Pazzi answer to another. Spaniard.
He is Rodrigo Borgia, one of the most powerful men in all of Europe, and leader of the Templar Order.
Which makes him responsible for the murder of my father and brothers.
The Borgias are significant in history as well as the Medicis. And while the Medici represent one of the largest banking interests and most influential families, the Borgias were... what's the best way to put this? The Borgias were a family who came to power in various different ways. I'm sure one of them was even a pope. Don't quote me. Again, my Renaissance history is not as good as my Scottish or British history, but I believe that one of the Borgias was a pope. And the Borgias were influential at different levels in Italian society, so they knew everybody knew them. There was a lot of intrigue, sex, murder. I think there was a really good TV series about them on Sky Atlantic a few years ago.
I must stand against him if I wish to be free, but not until every other Templar has fallen to my blade. Father's list will guide me.
Where will you go next?
Firenze. Francesco de Pazzi will share the fate of his son.
A sensible next step. No doubt he intends evil for the city. All right, that's enough grim talk for one night. I'll be in my study if you need me.
I shall read the letter my uncle gave me.
Yes, you shall. There we go.
Messer Francesco, I have done as requested and spoken with your son. I agree with your assessment, though only in part. Yes, Vieri is brash and prone to act without forethought. And he has a habit of treating the mercenari like playthings. I have received reports of at least 3 men being disfigured as a result. But I do not think him, as you put it, beyond repair. Rather, I believe the solution to be a simple matter. He seeks your approval, your attention. These outbursts of his are a result of insecurities born out of a sense of inadequacy. He speaks of you often and fondly, and expresses a desire to be closer to you. So, if he is loud and foul and angry, I believe it is simply because he wants to be noticed. He wants to be loved. Act as you see fit on the information I've given you here. But I must ask that we end this correspondence. Were he to discover the nature of our conversations, I fear what might become of me. Yours in confidence, Fra Giocondo.
There's a lot to unpack from that letter, and not just the obvious overtones that Vieri's an attention seeker, but rather the implication that were it to find out that his weaknesses were being broadcast. So the way he would see that letter, if that letter came out in the open, he would see it as someone telling his dad that he was weak rather than strong, because he was looking for love and approval. He would see that as weakness rather than strength. So it gives a kind of, you get a general sort of character view of it, of him. I've read the letter, so what's next? Here we go. Through his study. Fast walk, let's go Ezio. Come on. I mean, we're not on a time limit, I don't care how long these videos are. And you guys can always pause and pick up later.
Look familiar?
On their codex pages.
Yes. Your father managed to find and translate a few before he...
Here.
This is not your father's work. Someone else has translated it.
Leonardo da Vinci, a friend.
Do you see the way the words cross from one page to the next?
There is something underneath it all. Some kind of map. Where is it supposed to lead?
Your father and I managed to make out bits of a prophecy scrawled across these pages. It was written by an assassin like us, who long ago held a piece of Eden. His name was Altair. He spoke of something powerful and ancient hidden beneath the land.
What is it?
What indeed? Solving that little mystery is exactly why we collected these pages.
Then let me help. Each time I take on my father's work. All of it. I'll start with the page I took from Vieri. Leonardo will decode it for us.
Bene. Return here when time permits, and we'll add it to the wall.
So, That is the map that he was referring to. You weren't allowed to see it in the cutscene. But this is a giant jigsaw puzzle. The more pages I add, the easier it will be to shift bits and pieces about. We have to reach the villa's viewpoint. So I could have done that as... I could have left it earlier. I just thought doing it was worth it, but... hindsight being 2020. I hit those pillars first time last time. There we go. So now we've got a two-pronged mission to go back to Firenze for. We've got to talk to Leonardo and get him to translate our codex page. And we've got to assassinate Francesco de Pazzi. So we're getting the guys out the way that are kind of directly responsible for got a codex page here somewhere. Oh, underneath here. Yeah, there we go. Now, this is the bit that didn't make sense to me in the game's design. How long has Monteriggioni been here? How long have these people walked these streets? How many of them have seen this? Sitting here and just went, it's a box, eh? Are they really so loyal that they wouldn't open it? So again, there you go. Philosophical Codex pages can increase the maximum health. There is other things they can do. And you'll see that when I take the first few to Leonardo. We're getting plenty of money. We should be able to get our gear upgraded again. Another one in this direction. Down here? No, down the next one. So we'll go down here and then it'll be down again. Yeah, down here. There we go. One, two. Three is just... well, I can mark it on the GPS. Here we go. Now, I know there are players out there who disable the GPS, the Animus's positioning system that lets you know how close you are, where things are, etc, etc. The map in the bottom right hand corner. I tried playing Assassin's Creed like that and I found the first one enjoyable, playing like that, but I'd rather you guys were able to see reference points that I'm talking about. So it makes more sense for me to have it on for this series. This will be the 4th time I've played through this game, possibly. It has admittedly been a long time since the last time I played it. But this game comes as part of what's called now the Ezio Collection. Ezio is by far the most popular character that's appeared in this series. The games were all interesting. They pushed on the series, new concepts, new combat skills, new gameplay mechanics were introduced to each. And as a result, people sort of came to fall in love with Ezio as a character. He's the only assassin that has a fully rounded out life. You learn more about him than you do about any of the rest of them. You've seen his birth. You've seen him as a a young man in Firenze. You've seen him... We're starting to see him grow into being an assassin. It's... By the end of the trilogy, you'll be very, very impressed with him as a character. So yeah, we're going to play through the Ezio Collection. Some people consider the final game in the collection, which is... I just rode past the front door, no I haven't. The Assassin's Creed Revelations, to have the weakest gameplay elements out of them all. I don't agree with that. I think there was a bit of bloat, yes. There were things added to it that didn't make sense. The story's still brilliant. And I like the way it ties some things neatly off, and hopefully you guys will as well. Let's go check on Claudia. Now if I run into people like this, I'll be the one that falls over. That's why I'd usually just jog like this. Because you don't fall over, you just usually hit people and either bounce off them or... And now we're going to learn what this room's for, alright?
Salute, Claudia.
Our uncle is un mostro. This is outrageous.
What's happened?
He's making me work. If father was here, I'd never be stuck behind a desk like this.
And what are the terms of this supposed enslavement?
Since someone decided we're going to stay here, Zio Mario suggested we try and find the money to repair the villa. Problem is, there isn't any.
I bet I can bring in some money.
Oh, great. More work for me. Well, benissimo. If you start paying for improvements to the town, I'll keep track of them in this book. And since I have nothing better to do, I'll also make note of any objects you bring in from the outside. If you actually get this place up and running, travelers might visit and spend money. Although I doubt anyone will want to come this far out of the city. But if they do, I'll keep the money we make in this chest. You're going to have to show up to take it to the bank yourself. Because when it gets full, I'm just going to take the extra cash for myself. Capito?
Deal.
So here we go. Summary. Monteriggioni's value. The chest income. So we get 156 florins every 20 minutes. There are shops that we can renovate. And we get a bonus for all shops open and then all shops leveled to level 3. Renovations. These are the buildings we can add. So we can add a brothel. Get your sniggers out the way now. Mines, church, military barracks, thieves guild, and a well. Collections. The more codex pages we collect, that'll add to it. Feathers are tracked on that. I'm not going to be doing that. Models, seals, paintings, and the portraits of Ezio's targets. Bonuses for all codex pages on the wall, all feathers deposited, models, seals, etc, etc, etc. Equipment. We get bonuses for all weapon sets. There's the 3 sets of armour. So leather, Helmschmied, metal, and Misaglias. So each one of them is like a different... I think Helmschmied is an inlaid leather armour. Metal is pretty obvious what metal armour is. And Misaglias is a lighter metal armour, but I'm not sure exactly what its appearance is. So we can collect our income. There's nothing to collect though. Alright? Now, if we want to make improvements to Monteriggioni and earn more money, we talk to this guy.
Buongiorno. Is there something wrong?
Sir Mario hired me to deal with this mess, but I'm an architetto, not a miracle worker. Without money, I can't fix any of these buildings.
And if someone brought you money?
Then we'd be in business. You must be Ser Ezio. Am I right?
Uncle! I like this architetto!
He gets very observant when he can smell mud.
If you want to fix up this town, I'm going to need it. I have a price list here for new shops and renovations. Just bring me gold, make a choice, and I'll begin at once. If I build you a shop, you, as the landlord, can purchase goods there at lower rates. If you invest more money in the shop, you get an even greater discount. As for renovations, well, you'll be bringing the town and villa back to life. As Sir Mario tells me, that was very important to your great-great-grandfather. Plus, when you buy shops and renovations, you'll be increasing the number of people who visit, causing your income to increase. So, let's take a look, shall we?
Hope you got all that. So, there is currently only a blacksmith and a doctor here. Okay? You get 5% off all purchases. An art merchant... I can't even talk. An art merchant sells paintings that will increase the value of the villa. That's where they get hung. So that would, well, that looks like it would be worth investing in. That's something that comes later because it's cosmetic. This is essential. You get the bank leveled up. You get a bigger jump and increase to the city's value. So we'll do a level 1 bank. The tailor is also useful because they increase your knife belt capacity and various other capacity, like your medicine pouch, etc, etc, etc. So that's getting renovated. Then there's these. Each one of these is expensive, but adds a one-off jump in the value of the city. And they're not cheap, as you can see. I think for now, I'm just going to go with what I've done. No, I don't really want to drop that amount of money. Military barracks might be worth it. So it gives me somewhere to hire mercenaries, but I'm not expecting the city to get attacked. You know what? I might just stick the brothel in. Here we go. So, that'll do for now.
Buon viaggio!
So now I should get a quick note saying... Monteriggioni's values jumped by 5,000 florins. Should tell me what my income's increased to. It hasn't, though. Oh well.
Ezio, my boy. I think it's time I showed you something.
Ah, the old hidden door behind the bookcase trick. Notice how Mario doesn't carry a weapon, yet Ezio does. Mario has an empty scabbard. Forgot to mention earlier, daggers. You probably wonder why I keep using my sword and never change to my dagger. Daggers are fast weapons. They're actually useful for taking out a specific type of enemy, but beyond that, they're not really that useful. I think when you're fighting groups, they're probably a little bit faster to swing and faster to counter with, but they do less damage overall than one-handed swords or hammers. So, just something for you guys to watch for. Mario, what you...
This is the sanctuary. It was built by my great-grandfather to honor the memory of the Assassin Order and protect its secrets. Look around. These are the assassins who guarded the freedom of humanity when it was most threatened. And this is the armor of Altair. Little is known about Altair's life, but his armor is light and very strong. I'd give it to you, but I don't know how to retrieve it. My great-grandfather told me it would remain locked away until all its protectors were made whole. I heard rumors of crypts located throughout Italia, hidden tombs filled with treasure, where these six were moved centuries ago. Maybe they have something to do with it. In my younger days, I sought the six myself, with no success. Perhaps you will have better luck.
In order to achieve perfect synchronization with Ezio, you have to get that armor.
Right. This is where another trope of the Assassin's Creed games started, where there is an ultimate weapon / armor that you have to get. It all started with this. So I think originally it was a way of carrying on Altair's legacy, making sure that people knew the two games were linked. So they gave you an ultimate armor that Altair's supposed to have achieved during his life. You never get this in the first game. Altair doesn't wear a fancy armor. It's certainly not anything like that that's black and different colours. All he ever wore were the white assassin's robes that you see him there. Alright? Maybe he gave it up because part of his lesson in humility was to give up flashy trappings. Regardless, those are now guarded by 6 seals that belong to 6 assassins. So you can see there, you get a little brief history of the assassins. Now, this is a key one. So Darius is going to pop up again later on in the series. I'll talk a bit about him more in detail there, but he pops up in Odyssey. As you can tell there, he's a Persian who used the hidden blade to kill Xerxes. He's the first assassin recorded to have used a hidden blade. It's slightly different to the hidden blades that you see Altair and Ezio using, alright? But we will do him in more detail. There's a whole quest called the Legacy of the First Blade. You never ever get to play as that character. You never ever get to find out any more about him. Now, I have an interesting theory about Amunet. I think that she might be the female assassin from Origins. Now, you never get to play as her, but she's the wife of Bayek, who helped found the Hidden Ones, which was the original name for the Assassin Order. I'm convinced that's her. Again, you never hear anything more about her, and you never hear anything about him at all. Alright, so the thing that's missing from the pedestal are seals. There are 6 of them, 3 for each side. You find them in assassin crypts that are located throughout the various cities that we'll be visiting. We will be finding them because that armour is incredible. Luckily, they're not too hard to find. Has it? Yeah, it has. It's changed. So now it's time to head to Florence. That's everything said that's going to be said. That's all the tutorial's done. So I'm going to quickly check the blacksmith.
But my goods are worth the extra.
Yeah, there we go. Now I can afford the leather chest guard, but I'm not going to be able to afford the leather spaulders as well. Or I could just get the leather spaulders. Let's get the spaulders first. Weapons. Alright. Venetian falchion. a warhammer, the old Syrian sword, which actually looks like Altair's fancy blade, so that's probably what it is, and a maul, which we can't get yet. Small weapons, dagger, knife, stiletto, ammunition, throwing knives. We won't bother spending money on them.
Your coin
Right.
seems genuine.
So there we have more new armor, more health. We'll take a little bit less damage. Tailor, we'll quickly check in with. Pouches, there you go. Medium medicine, large medicine, knife belt upgrades. I got the knife belt upgrade. You can dye your clothes as well if you don't like the straight assassin white. I like the straight assassin white, so we'll just be staying straight assassin white, and we'll fill our medicine pouch. Monteriggioni is the best place to do this because you get discount. There are shops in the other cities, as you've seen. We passed by a couple in Firenze. By all means, go ahead, buy your stuff there. I'm not saying don't, but if you do ever play this game, Monteriggioni is the best place to buy your gear because you get a discount, and the more you upgrade the shops, the bigger your discount gets. So it would just be daft not to. So now it's time to knock out the second assassination. And you'll find that the pace of these will pick up now because we've done all the hand holding. Now it's up to us how quickly we do these. Something which interests me quite a lot about this is, for all its historical accuracy, the year, I believe, maybe we'll get told just now, 1478. Right, okay, that makes sense. I was convinced it was later than that, but oh, and look where it's dropped us. Right outside Leonardo's front door. Let's get our pages translated.
Ezio, you are still alive. Look at this place. The past 2 years have been kind to you.
But you are not the same at all, are you?
I was hoping you might be able to help me with something.
Anything for you, my friend.
Some of the innocence has died in his eyes.
How exciting! This one is tricky to break. Clever in its use of ancient languages. Maybe if I just... Oh, it seems to be a manual of sorts for different assassination techniques.
May I see it?
Wait, what's that? It's not so much a design this time, just a series of sketches. What to make of all this? Of course, and why not? What an inspired idea.
Can you make it for me while I try what's in that manual fragment?
Take it. I'll have my assistant set up some dummies for you to practice with. Hey, Vincenzo!
Now, in the first game, Altair could walk up behind or in front of someone and stab them. You could get contextual aerial assassinations if it was a target and your route to the target put you above them. Other than that though, Altair didn't generally do a lot of leaping around, a lot of hanging off things, a lot of assassinating from hay bales and things like that. So here we have some more gameplay mechanic introductions. 1, 2, 3. Okay. These will all show you how this has changed. So now we can assassinate from a hiding spot. So if we're already here, say we jump in from a viewpoint and our target's walking around, boom, and you've hidden the body straight away. Alright? Now, regardless of the target, we can assassinate from above. Alright? And the last one is we can assassinate from beneath a target. Boom. Target goes over. Done. These are all mostly high profile, well, except from the assassinate from a hiding spot, which is low profile. But you can't make it low profile when you're leaping off a ledge to stab somebody.
Quick. Look. Take it. Try it.
Thank you, Leonardo.
Non c'è di che.
There's someone I need to see while I'm here. I cannot approach him publicly. Would you know a way?
La Volpe.
The fox. Shh. Capisco. But do you know where a fox might roam?
Perhaps near the mercato, where the thieves dwell. Sta attento, amico.
Right. Now, check out Ezio's right hand now. See it? Where it was just a sleeve with a cuff and a bare hand. Now it's a second brace and a glove. Because we've acquired a second hidden blade. Alright? There are two now. So now you can dual assassinate. We've got the armor plate for that second hidden blade. And now we can deflect weapons with the hidden blade. So now we can do counterattacks. We can double assassinate, which is always brilliant.
My recent good fortune finding new suppliers has paid off, and I pass the savings on to you.
So we're going to hit this viewpoint here. Now we're getting there. Ezio, the master assassin. He's getting the tools, he just needs the experience now. And we're going to give him that, trust me. So now we need to figure out how to get to Francesco de Pazzi. We can't walk up to him because Ezio's face is known. And he's wearing the robes of an assassin. Francesco's a Templar, he's going to know exactly what he is, who he is. So we're going to look for a fox to hunt a jackal. As we travel through the city though, we'll be keeping an eye out for certain markers. Assassin tombs. You can't miss them because the symbol actually looks like the assassin symbol basically. The stylized icon that's on Altair's belt there. We'll be checking out all the viewpoints, or as many as we can anyway. I think there is still one that's locked to us because we don't have the climb leap ability yet. Use the gentle shove to get past those guys, remember. So the Volpe is here. Probably this viewpoint here. There we go. That's the start of the mission. I don't want to do that just yet. I'd rather get the viewpoint so I have a good view of the marketplace. We're not notorious. As long as we don't do anything high profile. we can still comfortably move through the city. It's been 2 years since Ezio was last seen here, so the notoriety that he'd gained last he was here has kind of faded, as people have realised he's left the city. Now we'll have a good look round. The marketplace should be revealed for me now as well. And it is. So we'll do the Volpe's memory. The little guy in front there with the feather in his hat, he is a fast enemy.
Dance and sing till gods fall down and the moon comes out to play.
I hate minstrels. Not the sweet, the singers. That guy's a Borgia messenger. If you catch him, you can make a bit of money, but I'm in the middle of a mission. I don't want to.
What? My pouch.
Oh,
my money.
Your money. I don't have your money.
Get back here.
Make me.
You're making a big mistake, my friend. I really have no interest in hurting you. So give me back my money and we'll call it even.
Not so fast.
What do you want? Who are you?
They call me many things. Murderer, tagliagole, thief. But you may call me La Volpe. At your service, Messer Ezio.
How do you know my name?
It is my business to know everything in this city. Isn't that why you're here?
Indeed. I need to find someone. To know where he'll be before even he does.
Who?
Francesco de Pazzi.
There's word on the street of a caravan just arrived from Roma. A secret meeting at sunset tonight. You can learn something of Francesco's whereabouts there.
Do you know where it is to be held?
Ma certo. Let me know when you are ready, and we'll go. Ah, yes. Here is your money.
The La Volpe duped us. That's fine. We'll let it slide. Turn eagle vision on and off. Right. There's a viewpoint just next to us. Might as well get it. 668 florins in the villa's chest. Not exactly flush. Show me more of the map. Perfecto. And we'll do the memory now as well. Gonna have to jump down off here, but we should land where we can still get to it. Yeah, there we go. Assassin health insurance must be fantastic. Oh, you just said the wrong thing, pal. There we go. Oh dear, he fell. Thanks for breaking my fall, mate.
What aren't you spec?
La Volpe. Again. Here you go. Again. Pause it to read that.
Not too bright, are you? Follow me, but we must move fast. Think you can keep up? Nessun problema.
Oh boy's fast.
What would make a man perform? Ah, of course, a woman must be involved.
What are you doing back there? I said to keep up with me.
Got to do it inside a minute for full synchronization. You get this amazing chase music. It can actually be helpful here to not hold X and sprint all the time, just because you can lose control and go flying off the side of a building. 24 seconds left. Easy peasy.
Here we are. Francesco Di Pazzi is meeting his people inside that church. How do I join them? There are catacombs that run under the city. They will lead you to a place where you can eavesdrop on the meeting. Grip that stone handle. Turn it, then slide it down.
Thank you for all your help, Volpe.
Buona fortuna.
La Volpe. Good guy. So you can climb faster with R2. Let's interact with the door. Secret assassin tunnels under Firenze. And ancient catacombs. So, this is a restricted area. Anyone we see will, their meter will fill up faster, and they'll be quicker to attack us. But if you pay attention while you're moving through these, you'll realise that they must have been designed by assassins, because there's a lot of places you couldn't reach unless you had their skills. Some lovely frescoes in here. The infamous jump puzzles. For a guy who's not a massive fan of platform games, this is no fun at all. That's practice, by the way, that's doing that. So it's through, over, across, pull lever. You can see where that goes, can't you? Straight down.
How long do we have to stand here, Saverio? It's so cold.
What do you want, Ilario? Messer Pazzi is paying us good money to watch the entrance, and the dead won't try to murder us. I can't wait to go home to Elena and tell her how much gold we made tonight.
They've just shut the door after them as well. Really inconsiderate. So, time to open the door to the Great Hall. There's the dead. Don't know what the significance is of the statue. Seems to be a robed, hooded figure like... I'd really like to loot him, and I will. Don't worry. He's not going anywhere. May as well loot him as well. Now, from here, I see. There we go. Now, you probably saw a chest down there. That's important. We'll be dropping down for that. Because there are chests hidden in these tombs. They're not, it's not always obvious where they are, but getting them's part of fully completing the catacomb or tomb that you're in. Which makes it a bit annoying for me. Again. Trying to remember where I go from here. What did it say again? See. Yes. Up here. Took me a couple of seconds to remember that. Up here. Up here. Another chest. Just gonna quickly check out here. I don't want to miss anything. No. Okay. Jump. 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 Swing.
The door. Keep watch while I go look. This was supposed to be an easy job.
I told you we shouldn't have come here. If I hear anything, I'm running to the other guard post. So help me God.
So there's 3 in here now. You can see them all. You want to kill these guys quietly, or as quietly as possible.
Anyone see what happened? What's going on in this damn distretto? Who saw the killer?
Where me and this?
Ah, he's disappeared. Oh well.
Saverio! I'll be back with the other guards! I have to find a way out before it kills me.
Now, if you do this perfectly, there is a way to assassinate him. Quick little bugger though, isn't he? No! Messed it up.
A way out before it kills me. Leave me alone! Run faster!
Yes! That's how you do it. Superb. If you don't get him there, he makes it in here and he summons a few guards, I'm sure. That group that you can see. Might as well fall in because there's nothing else to do. So I need to open the door. Which is up there. I'm assuming I can't just... Oh no, I can. That was too easy. That felt far too easy. Oh well.
Et benedictio Dei omnipotentes, Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, descendat super vos et maneat semper.
Grazie, Padre. Bernardo?
It's all here. Swords, staves, axes, armor, bows. Our men will want for nothing.
I take this gift to mean the Pope consents.
He gave his blessing to the operation. As long as nobody's killed.
We're all set for the Duomo in the morning, Signore. The bait's been laid, but it wasn't easy. His fool brother keeps changing his plans.
See, we'll need to be on hand to make sure Giuliano even gets out of bed for church tomorrow.
What is it, Jacopo? Do you think they suspect something?
Impossible! The Medici are too arrogant or too stupid to even notice. Likely a bit of both.
Do not underestimate our enemies, Francesco. Or have you already forgotten how your son was murdered?
We'll suffer no such surprises this time, Maestro. You have my word.
Molto bene. I should be off. I've some other business to attend to before I return to Rome. Gentlemen, tomorrow a new sun rises over Firenze. May the Father of Understanding guide us.
May the Father of Understanding guide us.
The Templars' motto. The Assassin's motto is, nothing is true, everything is permitted. The Templars is, may the Father of Understanding guide us. Here we have Darius's tomb.
Statue. It's identical to one in the Villa Auditore. I think you've stumbled onto one of the assassin's tombs Ezio's uncle mentioned.
Now that we know the way in, I'll tag the landmarks containing tombs in the database.
So we'll receive the seal of Darius here. That's our way out, but we won't be going there just yet. That's what's left of Darius, poor bugger. Got some florins. Is there anything else shining in here? No. Okie doke. Out we go. He does look more like a swashbuckler than an assassin, to be fair. And this is where we come out.
I know where Francesco will be and when, but...
What is it?
I overheard something. They have weapons, enough for a battalion. Even the Pope has given support.
Typical of Sixtus, but... What the hell are they planning?
I couldn't understand the specifics, but it involves the Medici, and it begins tomorrow morning at the Duomo.
The Medici will all be there for Sunday service. Along with the rest of Firenze.
They're going to do it right in the middle of High Mass.
But it's also a chance for me to blend with the crowd, get close, and stop this madness.
If they succeed, if we lose Lorenzo and Firenze falls to the Pazzi...
It will not come to that. I promise.
I hope you are right.
So you can see the complexity of this plot. There is an assassin tomb as well. So let's... Where are we to be here? Let's hit this on the way. Not going to be buying any new gear here because it's cheaper in Monteriggioni. So instead we shall just head to our place. Went the wrong way, I think. Oh, I just about pickpocketed the card. That would have been a mistake. Viewpoint is somewhere straight in front of me. I can see it. So, up, 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 up. Round. Oh, hang on a second. No. Chest, I'll have that. Yes, please. There we go. So... Well, that wasn't clever. I thought I could have sworn there was a rope bridge there, but I must have been seeing things. Up we go. This is a strong climb that you do with R2. Even more of our map is up now. Oh. We'll head to the memory start next. $123 steps. Okay, so we'll jog there. Got just under 1,500 florins. Did we do the beat up event? No, come on, we might as well. She's right here.
That faithless husband of mine is cheating. I know it, as do all the neighbors. Please teach him a lesson for me.
I mean, I'm an assassin. What do you want me to do? Kill him? Alright. Locate the cheating husband.
Fresh cut leeches. Who requires bleeding?
Oh no, wait a minute. I can get in. There's like a U-shaped. Yeah.
I can't die! I'm beautiful!
Donato! She wins! I give up! That bitch! I mean, wonderful wife of mine! I'll go home!
Didn't take us that far out our way, so yeah. And it was worth it for the money. Be able to afford that leather chest plate now. Thanks for breaking my fall, mate. Again.
You can't just do whatever you please.
On a bet. Who's gonna stop me? I have a sword. We'll go into Eagle Vision for this. See him? Just there.
There's Lorenzo and his wife. There's Giuliano, Lorenzo's brother. Where is Francesco? There he is. Time to strike.
Crepa! Traditore! Giuliano! No! No! In nome di Dio! Vi scongiuro, pietà!
Nessuno accettare! Cane maledetto! Muori! 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 Your day is done, Lorenzo! Your entire family dies by my sword! Father! Murder! And kill!
Whoops.
You brought this on yourself! Die! Just die already! Please! I need help!
He's it. That'll do. That'll do. Next. I can't see well enough to see who's actually attacking me. Nice. I'll do it. There we go.
You saved my life.
It's nothing. But the man who did this to you has to pay.
Ah! Not now. I need help first. To my home. People I trust there. Can you... Ah!
All right, this way.
So here's your look at so again, pause that if you want to.
I'm losing a lot of blood.
Hang on, signore. I'm moving as fast as I can.
Francesco de Pazzi! I'll kill you. I'll wipe the entire family from the city. They'll be erased!
Quietatevi, signore. Conserve your energy, or I'll be delivering a corpse. We're almost there now.
I'm taking a wrong turn and I should have went to my right here.
Run! Ora! Get him! I had hoped combat would be avoided. Ha! I'm more than capable of that. I've not forgotten how to raise war. I had hoped this could be avoided. So be it. Stay close.
Seguimi. Lorenzo's been wounded! Aprite la porta!
What's the password? Poliziano, open the maledetta porta. By the thrice greatest, come in, quickly! The city is at war! Hurry! Wait. I am in your debt. Tell me, why did you help me?
You are not the only one who lost a brother to the Pazzi. My name is Ezio Auditore.
Ah. You're Giovanni's son. Your father was a good man. He understood honor, loyalty.
The Pazzi thugs are storming the Palazzo della Signoria. We cannot hold them off much longer.
No. If they get inside, they'll murder our supporters and put their own devils in power. Then my survival would mean nothing. I have to... Francesco de Pazzi. Help save our city, Auditore. Kill him.
All right.
Signori, I saw Francesco lead a battalion around the back of the Palazzo della Signoria. I fear he may be seeking another way in.
Go, before it's too late. Do what you can!
Francesco de Pazzi. Brought up as a noble in a city captivated by the newly rich Medici family, Francesco was taught to hate the middle class and its social climbers. Dismayed, he watched as the Medici Bank eclipsed his own, and centuries of influence over the Florentine government slipped away. It looks like the Spaniard offered him a solution. Rather than compete in something as dirty as banking, Francesco only had to do one thing for the Templars, one thing to put the middle class in their place for good. Kill the Medici. Giovanni Auditore tried to stop Francesco by putting him in jail, but the Templars took care of that.
So that was this is the conspiracy that well, that was fantastic. I've just had to cut out a very large sequence. Not a very large sequence, that's a lie. I've had to cut out about 30 seconds to a minute of content because I had a crash. And it wasn't the PC, it was the PlayStation. I got an error and Assassin's Creed just decided to die. So that's fantastic. So we'll do this mission and then we'll be wrapping up after this. Apologies if the content looks a little disjointed. I didn't have a clean place to cut.
Bring the fight to this pig house.
You again! Why aren't you dead? Men! Slaughter him!
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to get up there. That's a shame. Okay, that was kind of funny, but at least I never lost health. Hopefully we'll get...
No one is allowed up. Please. There! There!
Nope. Next. 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 No? Are we done? Fantastic.
Oh, the boy thinks himself a master swordsman. So you drawn some blood. My men will make short work of you. Desist! You're only delaying your inevitable and
Boss.
painful end.
Oh, he's good. He'll probably be able to grab me, which could be annoying. See, he has guard break as well. Keep forgetting to search the bodies. Get my knives back, get my goodies. Where is this little shit? Here he is.
Guards! Guards!
No one's coming. It's just us now.
Maledetto che il diavolo ti porti! Stammi lontano!
Oh, you're not getting away, mate. You're getting the blade. I've caught up with them too quick. Yup. Yes.
Now Firenze will judge you for what you've done.
It's over. It's all over.
Meglio essere felici in questa vita che aspirare a esserlo nella prossima. Requiescat in pace.
Requiescat in pace.
Libertà! 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 Popolo e libertà!
Libertà!
Francesco?
Embarrassed them and undermined the rebellion. And that's another memory sequence complete. So once the next one's started up and we've got our checkpoint, we'll be ending the episode there. We've saved Firenze. This is the bridge where it all started. This is where we fought. The other... I've forgotten the kid's name now. That's shocking. But yeah, this is where Ezio fought his first fight and got his scar in the game.
When I was 6 years old, I fell into the Arno. I soon found myself drifting down and into darkness. Certain my life was at an end. Instead, I woke to the sound of my mother weeping. At her side stood a stranger, soaking and smiling at me. My mother explained that he had saved me. And so began a long and prosperous relationship between two families. Yours and mine. I am sorry I could not save your father and brothers.
You have nothing to apologize for. I believe Jacopo de Pazzi played a part in their deaths. They attack on you as well. I need to find him.
That coward fled before we could arrest him.
Have you any leads?
No. They've hidden themselves well.
They?
Jacopo was not the only conspirator to escape.
If they work with Jacopo, they were surely involved in the plot against my family as well. Give me their names.
Antonio Maffei, Archbishop Francesco Salviati, Stefano da Bagnone, and Bernardo Baroncelli.
Bene. I will go and see my uncle. He has men stationed in the countryside.
Wait. Before you go.
A codex page.
I took it from the files of Francesco de Pazzi, seeing as he clearly no longer needs it. I've always had an interest in things of antiquity. As did your father.
It is meaningful to me as well.
Then consider it a gift. Che il Signore ci protegga.
That's a powerful friend to have, by the way. You mean, if you read the Medici...
Jacopo de Pazzi, the money. This guy was the head of the Pazzi family, and he ran their banking business. An associate of Lorenzo de Medici, he had nothing against him personally, So he hired 4 Templar hitmen to take care of the situation for him. Bernardo di Bandino Baroncelli. Brought up to hate the Medici family for the exile of his cousins, Baroncelli ran the numbers in the Pazzi Bank by day and murdered for the Templars at night. It was Baroncelli who delivered the first blow. Stefano de Bagnoni. Known for his cruelty, Bagnoni was trained in Rome as a Templar butcher. It was Bagnoni who stabbed Lorenzo de' Medici in the back. Antonio Maffei. Witness to the sacking of Volterra by Florentine mercenaries, Maffei blamed Lorenzo. He joined the Templars to seek revenge. It was Maffei who slashed Lorenzo's neck. Archbishop Francesco Salviati. Convinced he would be the next Archbishop of Florence, Salviati was enraged when Lorenzo stood in his way. But the Templars were there to heal his wounds. It was Salviati who marched their troops into the city.
And that gives you a bit more insight into what exactly is going on. So yeah, we're going to call it there. That's another really good episode in. You've got another good look at the conspiracy. I'm happy with how that's went. Obviously, I've had to cut
Medici
some...
on your map. In order to achieve 100% sync with Ezio's life, you should go exploring.
Rebecca, that is rude. Yeah, sorry. As I was saying, you've got another look at the conspiracy. I've had to cut some footage out. Sorry for the disjointed. I'll make it as clean as I can, but it's not... I don't even think I restarted in the same street that I finished the Medici mission off in. So I'll try and stop just after the guards told me to go and do what I can and try and start, you know, get the restart after that. Alright. Thank you for your time, guys. If you could like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, that would all mean an awful lot to me. This is my dream. I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying playing Assassin's Creed again. You'll hear a lot of passion in this series. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it as well. Take care of each other. And yeah, this is Blizzard Raptor saying bye for now. Have a great day.